የሆነው ነገር አሁን ከሚገባ በላይ ጤና አስከስቶች ለመጨረሻ አስረኛ ገንጌታ
It's a good day. I always rejoice in the Lord, and I was feeling very sad for what has happened in the life of this lady. It was a difficult situation, but the Lord has not ashamed me, and I have never felt bad or I didn't get a reply. Whenever I asked the Lord, He never shamed me. And the Lord has done something great in this young woman's life, and we're going to hear their testimony. Her relatives are on their way to come and give a testimony. We will hear their testimony when they arrive. They are not believers, but they were amazed in what the Lord has done in her life, and they want to testify about it. Even they came this week, but they couldn't reach us, and they're coming back again. And there is also a neighbor who brought her to here. They will come and they will give the testimony. The Lord is good. We will hear the testimony from our brother Aman and his wife Hannah, and I will also invite our sister Mehra to come to the front. Jesus is Lord. When you are listening to this testimony, think if this has happened in your life or in your children's life. And I will not ask you to give a shout of praise or to praise the Lord, but think if this happened to you, how you praise the Lord. I came from Debre Zayton. This is my wife, Hannah. She was born and brought up in Debre Zayt. I went there for work and we met and we got married, and now we have a child, daughter, 3 years old. How did you come to this church? We didn't know that she was possessed by a spirit, but she came here without no one knowing. I didn't even know that she came, but for me she looks normal, but she was she looks normal when I speak to her, but she came to Addis by herself and she started beating her aunt. She was stressed and she was disturbed, and this problem started when she started going to another church, and the teaching was not good in that church, and they were praying for her, putting their hands on her, and it seems like she was filled with a different spirit. And when she was prayed, she was screaming and saying that the neighbors has done something on her. The spirit was saying that the neighbor was sending some sorcery or witchcraft on her. When this problem started, she started to speak badly to me, and I would tell her, "You're coming from church and you are speaking evil. Isn't that the house of the Lord? The teaching you have there must be wrong. There's something bad you bring from there, something bad spirit that you're bringing from there." She changed her church and she started going to this church, and this problem started after she started going to this church. She has been going to this church for almost a year. When I started asking her to stop going, then the problem started manifesting.
እዛ ቸርች ከጀመር አንድ አመት ከምናምን ነው፣ ግን እዛ ተካረቀት ባለ ካስወጣው በኋላ ነው መዋጋት ጀመረ። በደንብ መንፈሱ የጀመረው መዋጋት ጀመረ። ከዛ የሚመጣ ነገር ነው። ስፒሪት ከዛ የሚለቀቅ ስፒሪት አሁን እንዲታወቅ ከዛ የሚመጣ ስፒሪት ነው። እንደሆነ ያውቁት ምንድነው ሰውየው የሆነ ቀበሌ አራት የሚባል ነበር ሾፍት ዳር ደብረ ዘይት የሚያቆሰው ካለ እዛ ነበር ሲያመልክ ነበር። ብዙ ወንዶች ማለት ብዙ ልጆች አሉ ከዛ መጨረሻ እናደርገን ሁሉም ነገር በሱ ስር ብቻ ነበር ምንም በባይቱ ሁሉም እያንዳንዱ ነገር ያለምንም ሪሲት ያለምንም ዝም ብሎ በቃ ያለምንም ነገር ነው የሚያደርጉ እና ተጨነቁ ልጆቹ ለምንድን ነው እንደዚህ የምትረው አንተ የውሸት ነው ብዙ ነገር አገኘበት ቤቱ ራሱ አጣርቶ እስከ ፒራሚድ ነገር ምናምን የሚመስል ነገር እስከ መገኘት ድረስ ተደረሰ እኔ መከፋት ግን ስለያዛት ያመንፈስ አልወጣም አለች እኔ ደግሞ ባለቤት ስለሆነች ህፃን ስላለች ያለ ማጣት ስትታገስ እግዚአብሔር ራሱ ይገልጽላታል በዛ ሰዓት በራሱ ጊዜ ተመለሰ አዝማ ግን አሰባት በጣም የድፍረት በጣም ነው ከኔ ጋር የምትዋጋው እንደዚህ አይነት ረፍላት ነው
She was full of pride, and the way she was answering to me was with disrespect. And this man has done a lot of bad things, even there are some things that we don't want to reveal. This man was in another church, but he quarreled and he moved out from that church. When he went out, most of his congregation became women. Most of the women with him to that church. There is also another woman that we know. She moved with him, and she also started quarreling with her husband. And when I was telling her to stop, she didn't hear me, and I couldn't make her to stop. But later she saw something, and one day she said to me, I'm not going to go to that church. And I asked her why you are not going, but she didn't say anything about why she decided not to go. And after that time, this problem started to manifest. And sometimes she forget herself, she took something which is not right, like she calls my name and she grabs somebody else, and she was having problems. Sometimes she looks normal, but one day, without my knowing, she came from Debrecen to Addis without telling me, and she was found in her grandmother's house, and she was quarreling with her auntie, as I told you earlier. Her grandmother called me, and she was asking me what has happened, and she's here in Addis, and I came the next day. When I came, she was asking who I was, and her grandmother's house is very close to here. And when I was taking her to another church, I saw the reclam of this church, but it was closed that day. And I went there and they prayed for her. But her relatives, because they belong to another faith, they want to take her to a holy water, but I was refusing for them to take her. And then we came to this church and she was prayed for, and something came out of her, something white, and she started to be calmed down. And she started to differentiate things, and she knew who I was, and she was starting to reassuring me. Because she was disturbing, and it was hard to handle her. Sometimes we hold her to 2-3 people, and it was difficult. But her relatives wanted to take her to another place for her prayer. But when I was consulting pastor, she told me, don't take her anywhere, the Lord will heal her, and I agreed to listen to what she said. Now the Lord doesn't speak to you, and what do you say to this Lord? Because she has been prayed for, and also she took some medical treatment from the doctors, and she's okay, she's doing well now. And what do you say to the Lord?
አንቺ እስካሁን ታብድ ነበር በእርግጠኝነት ማለት ነው። አሁን ስታይዋት እንዲህ ወንበር ምናምን ትነሳለች፣ ግን መረጋጋት ስላለባት ነው ስላላለች። ግን በዛን ሰዓት ብታያት ነው እንደምትል አላውቅም። በጣም ነበር በቃ ይሄ ይዙን እንዴት እንደምታርገው ማለት ማንም ሰው አይዘልም። እኔ ራሱ በጣም ነበር
ተቀቁብህ እሳት የእባብ መንፈስ የእባብ መንፈስ የዘንዶ መንፈስ ልቀቃትና ሂድ ልቀቃት በኢየሱስ ልቀቅ በጌታ በኢየሱስ ልቀቅ ዘንዶ ልቀቅ ልቀቃት በኢየሱስ እሳት የስሙን እሳት ለቀቁ ልቀቃት ዘንዶ በኢየሱስ ስም ይህን ስም መቋቋም ትችላለህ። እሳት ልቀቁብህ። እሳት የእባብ መንፈስ ልቀቃት እባብ ዘንዶ አባቴ አይቷል።
በቃ ተስፋ ሰጠችኝ። እሺ ብዙ ነገር ትሪት አደረገችኝ። ማድረግ ያለብኝ ብዙ ነገሮች ነገረችኝ። እነዛ ነገሮች ማደረጉ በቃ ወደ ራሷ መጣች። እኔን ማነጋገር ጀመረች። ልጇን ማወቀች፣ ቤተሰቦችን ማወቀች። እያንዳንዱ ነገር ይሄ ነው።
ጸበል ልትወስዱ ትፈልጋችሁ ነበር? ወስናችሁ ነበር? በመጨረሻ ሰዓት
እኔ ጸበል የተወሰነ ምንድን ነው እነሱ ብዙ ናቸው፣ እኔ ብቻ ነኝ። አያቷሉ፣ አጎቶቿ ምናምን፣ አክስቷ ማለት እዛ ካልሄደች ጨረሻ ይሆን ማለት በጣም ተስፋ ቆረጥኩ። በቃ እኔም ጨነቀኝ። ከዛ በኋላ እንዴት ነው በቃ ለምን እኔ ብቻ ነኝ፣ እንዴት ነው ይህ ነገር ማድረጓል እና ከዛ በኋላ ለማከራት ብዬ እንትን አልኩኝ። በቃ ማለት ጨነቀኝ። በጣም አምሮ ይሆናል የፈለገ ይሁን እንዳትሄዳለች በቃ ጸልይላታል፣ ትድናለች። ለዚህ ደግሞ ታያለህ፣ በአይነት ታያለህ እያንዳንዱ ነገር አለች። ያው አይሆንም አልኳቸው። እነሱ ወደ ሩቅ ነው የሆነ እዛ ትቆያለች ነው ያሉት፣ እዛ ጸበል ውስጥ ግን እንደማይሆን ይሄን አወቁና በቃ
ጌታን ምን ትለዋለህ? አሁን ድንቅ ነገር ነው ያደረገልህ። ችዛው የሐኪምም እርዳታ ሁሉ ተደርጎላታል። አይምሯ ከጥቅም ውጭ ሆኖ ነበር። አታውቅህም ነበር አንተ ሰው አታውቅም። ኦልሬዲ አይምሯ ተበላሽቶ ነበር። እግዚአብሔር ግን በአንድም በሌላም ጣልቃ ገብቶላታል። እግዚአብሔር ጸሎት ይሰማል አይሰማም? ጸሎት ይሰማል። እግዚአብሔር ይሰማል አይደል? ስለዚህ ጌታ ምን ትለዋለህ?
በጣም መሰግነው እውነት በጣም እኔ ቢቢን ራሱ እንደገጽ አላውቅም ማለት መናገር ራሱ ያቅተኛል። ምክንያቱም የነበርኩበት ሰዓት ስለማውቅ ብዙ ነገር እንትን አድርጌ ነበር እና ጌታዬን አመሰግነዋለሁ። አመስግኑልኝ፣ በጣም አመስግኑልኝ እውነት
እግዚአብሔር ስም የተባረከ ይሁን። ይቺ ልጅ የእናንተ ልጅ ብትሆን፣ ይቺ ልጅ የእናንተ እህት ብትሆን፣ ይሄ ብቻ አይደለም ምስክርነታችን። በጣም የሚያሰቃይ ነገር ነበረ ውስጧ። መንፈሱ በቮሚት አርጓት ሊወጣው። ጌታ ደስ አይልም? ጌታ ደስ ማንንም ነፃ ማውጣት አይችልም። እግዚአብሔር ግን ይችላል። እግዚአብሔር ልጆችን ልጅ ነፃ ላውጣት ያበዛልን ጌታ ነው። እስከ ምሽቱ 4 ሰዓት ድረስ 5 ሰዓት ድረስ አብሬያቸው ቁጭ ብዬ ጸልይ ነበር። እግዚአብሔር መልካም ነገር ያደረገው አጥብቃችሁ የምትጸልዩት ጸሎት ምላሽ አለው። ማን ልበስ ምሽን ስጣት ምህረት ሰብስቤ ምህረት የት አካባቢ ነሽ አንቺ? አይሰማም። አንቺ በጌታ ነሽ። እነሱን እንዴት አገኘሻቸው? ቆይ እስኪ ልጠይቅሽ፣ ስትመጣ እንዴት ነበር የመጣችው?
በቃ በግድ እያስቸገረችኝ ደረጃውን ስትወርድ በቃ በጣም እያስቸገረች አያቷን ቤት ውስጥ ገፍትራቸው እንደዚህ በቃ በጣም የሀይል መንፈስ ነበረባት። በቃ በጣም ተቸገሩ፣ ያስፈሩ፣ በቃ ተሰቃዩ። ብዙ ሰላም ይዣቸው
አታውቂያቸው?
አላውቃቸውም።
አንቺ ግን ወደዚህ ይዘሻቸው ነበር? አያውቁሽም። ጌታ ይባርክሽ። ከዛ በኋላ ግን ምን አይነት ስሜት ይዘው መጡ? ጌታ የሰራው ስራ ለእግዚአብሔር ክብር ነው የምትነግሪው?
በጣም እግዚአብሔር ትልቅ ስራ እንደሆነ
The Lord has used, like she has got medical assistance and prayer, and now she's better. She can recognize you, and she has improved in many ways. And the Lord has answered prayer. The Lord has answered prayer. Is that not? I thank the Lord, and I know from what conditions that I have come from, and I'm so grateful for what God has done for me.
በቃ በጣም እችን እግዚአብሔር ሰው የሰጠን እንግዲህ በዚህ ሰፈር ላይ የሆነ ነገር ታሪክ ይታያል። በጣም ጥሩ ምንድን ነው እግዚአብሔር የሰጠን ሰጥቶና እግዚአብሔር በጣም እየረዳችን ነው።
ጌታ ምትይዋለሽ?
በቃ ባንቺ ላይ ሆኖ በጣም ትልቅ ነገር ያደረገው ጌታ ነው። እግዚአብሔር ትልቅ ነው። ክብር ለእሱ ይሁን።
አሜን። ጌታ ይባርክ። እግዚአብሔር ትልቅ ነው። አሁን ስታያት ምን ተሰማሽ?
በጣም በጣም ደስታ የሌለው በጣም ደስ ያለኝ።
እግዚአብሔር ስም የተባረከ ይሁን። እንደዚህ መንገድ ላይ የምታገኟቸው ሰዎች በእንደዚህ አይነት ሁኔታ ስታገኟቸው
Well, and I'm thanking the Lord for what He has done for us, because I know in what circumstance or situation I was before, and the Lord has changed all that. And I ask you to praise the Lord with me. Please pray, give thanks to the Lord for what He has done for us. This girl, this lady has a lot of problems before, and she had a spirit inside her, and the Lord rebuked the spirit, and she got free now. And how much are you rejoicing with this family? If it is your daughter or your sister, you will know the problem. But now the Lord has done this, and are you not grateful to what the Lord has done? The Lord answers prayers. And the Lord hears our prayer when we are asking Him. And that's what He did in the life of this lady. Could you tell us what your name is? My name is Mehret, and I live in the condominium. And where did you find this people? When I met them here, they asked me where the churches around this area, and I showed them this church. And it was a Monday, and there was a program in this church on a Monday, and I led them down to here. And she was disturbing, she was pushing her grandmother, and she was screaming, and it was difficult even for her to come down from the stairs. When she came here, she was prayed for, and she was prayed. There was a water, and it was prayed on, and she was given, and she started vomiting, and also she was not able to control her urine. She used her urine on herself. But today, when you see her, when she wanted to get to the restroom, she was asking. She said she wants to go, but by that time, it was not possible for her to control herself. She was in a great problem, and they were suffering. Now, as we see her, she's in much progress. She's much better. She feels well and she's good and she has been healed. And we thank the Lord for this church. We thank the Lord for the woman of God, and we're so happy to see her in Texas. This lady doesn't know these people, but she saw them. They are having a problem. They were in distress, and she brought them to the church, and they got healed. And you may meet some people on the street who are in trouble, and maybe you learn some lesson from this. When you see the difference in her now and then, it's amazing what the Lord has done. I'm so grateful. Hannah, is the Lord good to you? Yes. Do you love Him? Yes. And is He the Savior? Yes, He's the Savior of the world. Jesus is Lord. He is Lord. And He's the Savior of the world. And He's our Redeemer. We put our trust on Him. And I pray that the Lord, which has come to me to my rescue, let Him come to yours too. I was having problems. I was weak. And I was not strong in my spiritual life. And I was in bondage. But the Lord used this woman of God, and He has released me, and now I'm free. I give all the glory to the Lord. Because of this healing, the Lord has done a lot of things in this house and for their relatives. The Lord has brought a great joy for them, and the Lord has done great things, and we are happy with them.
ሲናገር ማንንም አይነካም። ያዳናት ጌታ ክብሩን ይውሰድ። እሱ ነው ያዳናት ክብሩን ይውሰድ። እሱ ነው የረዳት ክብሩን ይውሰድ።
Thank you for coming, and please introduce yourself, your name. My name is Brooktite, and I'm the aunt for Hannah. I'm living in Addis, but Hannah lives in Debre Zeit, and she's a graduate. She has a diploma in accounting, but she left that and she started to have her own shop, and she was working on that before this. We were not informed that she was sick, and we didn't know that what has happened to her. But one day he called, her husband called, and he asked her, "Is Hannah with you?" And we didn't know that she was sick at that point. And on the same day, in the evening, when it was very dark, she came, and she was carrying her baby on her back, and she was carrying some bag with her. And when we opened the door, my mother was the one who, the same day he called, she came late in the evening when it was very dark. She was carrying her three-year-old baby girl on her back, and she was carrying a small bag with her. And when the door was opened to her, she was crawling, and she entered in the house. And that night she started screaming and shouting and disturbing. And the next day, her husband came in the morning, and then we took her to the church. I brought her, but I didn't came inside the church. But as everyone has told me, she started vomiting a white thing, and then after that she gained some of her conscience. She has started to be changing, and I was I was planning to take her to the holy water. Even I took her, but after that you came and you advised us to continue with the prayer and also to take her to the medical doctor because she has some stress and she needed some medical treatment. After she has prayed for, then she went to the hospital and she went to the army hospital, and in a few days her improvement was very tangible. She got better and she was okay. Last time you were telling me that after she has prayed for, her sleep pattern got much better. Yes, she was not sleeping, especially the day she came to our house. We didn't sleep. None of us slept at all, and she was disturbing. But after she has been prayed for, she could sleep very well. Uh, she will have only problems when she's awake, but she was able to sleep better, and that's the work of the Lord. And also, she was not differentiating people, she was forgetting people. Yes, she was not able to recognize, even she doesn't recognize me. But after she has been prayed for, she started to recognize people.
በፊት ግን አታውቅሽም ነበር?
አታውቅም። ብታውቅማ እኔን ለመምታት አትሞክርም ነበር።
It was the Lord's doing. The Lord has done great things, and it was only the hand of the Lord that healed her and brought all this healing to her. And I thank the Lord for that. And I'm grateful for what the Lord has done. And the only thing that I could give Him is praise. And I'm thankful to what He has done for her. Thank you for coming and testifying what the Lord has done. And may the Lord bless you.
ተባረኪ።